Hello everybody, welcome back to the Silver Santa. Today I went to the bank and I picked up some coins. As you can see in the background, I'd lost the footage as we got the coins and I opened them. I got 2 boxes of dimes, 2 boxes of pennies, 2 boxes of nickels, and a box of quarters, but the box of quarters I already threw away. But there was nothing in the box of quarters that I got. First, I wanted to show you some things that I picked up at the teller. One bank called me and told me to get over there, that they had some coins they wanted to give me. Or, not coins, but they wanted to give me some of the weird stuff that a customer had brought in for them, and some of the stuff I found. So we're going to start off. I'm going to show you what the bank had called me to give me, and we'll start off right over here. These are all 1934 silver certificates, and very nice condition. I'll try to get some of the video footage in so that you can see some of the dates. As you see right here, these are plain 1934, but this one has a C after it, and I do believe that's a straight 34, another straight 34, and a 34A. Not sure what those all mean. I'm not really big into the silver certificates, but every time the bank calls, I do roll because I want the silver that goes with them. The same customer also brought these 5 rolls in, which are odd rolls because they're 25 nickels of the United States of America, uncirculated Denver mints from 2005. Now, they're only $1.25 in a roll, which is a little odd because usually a $2 roll, but hey, I'd like them, but just for that factor. Another silver certificate they gave me was this $2 bill, 1963, big piece of tape on it. These things are not worth a whole lot of anything. I mean, I can get about 20 cents over the $2 bill if it didn't have the tape. With the tape, it's only a $2 bill. Same way with the $20 bills. They're just $20 bills, but they're fun to collect, and I hate to see them go back to the banks because they'll just send them out to be destroyed. And the last thing they gave me was an Eisenhower dollar, 1974. Now, getting back on these coin boxes right here, what I did go through, as far as my nickels, we'll start right here. These are all my nickels, and they would be anything from 1959 all the way back to 1940. That's what these are. I call these my silver nickels to be. Now what that means is just like the pennies, my shiniest pennies that I find from 1959 up to 1981, the real nice uncirculated pennies, I like to put them back. Now, what that means is I like to put them all back, and it controls me on how much I'm spending on silver. So you really can't buy, I could walk in, but you're not going to buy an eagle with that amount that I'm saving here today. So there's roughly about $4, and I have in pennies, I probably all but 50 cents. So you'd have $4.50. That's not enough to buy an ounce of silver, but as I throw these in my jar, and as I fill up a 3-gallon jar, I'll just take them and get rid of them all. And sometimes I find people that are willing to give me more money than what their value are. The nickels, sometimes some people will give me 6-7 cents a piece for those older ones. When it comes to the pennies, copper pennies, I've found people that are willing to give me, every now and then, I get these people that just want the pennies. And for $10, they'll pay me $14 for a $10 thing of pennies. So I make a little bit of money off of them, and then all money goes towards silver. So let's hurry along. I don't want to hold you all up. We all have lives, and I don't want to bore you. We did find these 2 foreign coins, both in the nickels, an 88 and a 1990. These are nothing special. I found 9, 1964. High resolution, almost uncirculated nickels. They're Denver mints, and they do have 2 or 3 steps on them, but it's a hard 3. It'd be more of a 2. But it's just amazing that they're all but uncirculated, and yet the steps still are worn down, but that would be a dye problem. A lot of them ended up getting that way towards the end of the runs. Right here, I have a 1939, and it does have probably about 4 sets or 4 steps. The fourth one under a microscope looks like it might have a little interruption in it. That would automatically make it basically a 3-step, but I do have some 5 steps that are real nice. The other 2 that are under it are 39 as well, but they don't have any steps at all. But this was a very nice one, that's why that one's on top. Now that does appear to be a 59, but it is a 39, I assure you. And then over here would be my 1942 war nickel. Nothing special about that other than the fact that it is silver. I found a 1990 Philadelphia Mint nickel. It does have a full set of steps. Once again, trying to show those kinds of things with a cell phone can be a little tricky. And it's just not going to play out for it. So I'll get the light back on. I found one Buffalo nickel with no date. When it came to my, real quick, I also found a 1961 that I'm going to have to check in the book. Now, that does not have any steps. I think you're lucky if it has 1 step on the back, but it is a very nice looking coin from the front, and I don't know what mine looks like. I do know some of them, it was hard to find anything with a step because the dies were just so worn back then, and they didn't often change them the way that they should. I did find a 1946 silver dime. It's the only silver I found today as far as the nickel. I found that proof, a 2003 S proof penny, a 1996 Philadelphia that has some pretty cool toning to it. It's almost like a copper toning, and that would be on front and back, but it is pretty neat. So I'm just keeping it just for the cool factor, not because it's valuable. The 1985 is a real nice deep strike. It looks really nice. I want to check it into one of my ones in the book. And it has quite a bit of detail on it. As far as the one beside it, the 2001D, it has a lot of the original luster. Looking at it here, you can see that it's got a lot of issues on that surface. But I do want to check it in the book anyway, because I know not all mine are 100% beautiful looking coins yet. Here's those silver pennies, the pennies that I turn into silver that are just nice looking. Instead of keeping all the 1960s and 70s pennies, I just keep the really pretty ones, and that's what I put back for my silver. Here's my wheat pennies that I found today. These are my 58 Phillies, 58 Denver. These were my 57s, 56, 56 Denver, a 55 Philly, 254 Phillies, 251 Denvers, 2 1950 Phillies, a 1950 Denver, 2 1948 Phillies, right here, 2 1944 Phillies, and this penny right here had me all but having a heart attack because it looks like a steel penny, but when I ran the magnet on it, it did not stick. So I don't know what happened to make it that color, but it's copper. Or somebody tried to make a fake one and just didn't make it out of steel or whatever. But either way, it's not real as far as a steel penny. These are 1942 Philadelphias. The oldest pennies today I found this 1927 Philadelphia. Found a 1936. And I found a 1938. But here was one of the best finds today. It was a 1900 Indian head 1 cent. Now, this isn't that great a shape, but it is considered good. I'm happy to take those. I don't care how I find them. I find them chewed up, butchered up. This one here is actually really not the best, but the date looks good. It'd be one that you'd want to put in your book if you needed that one. I do not need that, and I have one with full liberty, but those coins are just cool. I'll save them up, and sometimes I'll take my Indian head pennies or my buffalo nickels when I get a lot of them and I start saving them up. Sometimes I'll do a little bit. I'll take them to a coin shop, or I'll sell them outright to try to get myself some silver, because I'd much rather have the silver. But anyway, that would be the wrap up for today's video. I'd like to take the time to thank you. If you're not a subscriber, please like and subscribe to Silver Santa, and feel free to share. Thank you very much. Out.